410C, 420C, 440C, and 1095C. What do these numbers mean? Well, these are the carbon content or the carbon factor in each knife. And what that means to us as knife owners is this. The higher the carbon factor, the longer the blade will retain its sharpness. Gerbers normally use 410C. Leathermans normally use 420C. M-Tech knives use a 440, and then on the far end of the spectrum, Ontario and Camellia Steel, amongst others, use a 1095. Whenever you go to buy a knife, you can find in their knife data something about the hardness on this. If you get a little bit beyond the 410 or below the 410, you're going to have a very, very soft steel. If you get above the 1095, you're going to have a very hard steel. The problem with a very hard steel is it can become very brittle. The problem with a very soft steel is it'd be damaged very easily when you're cutting. If you were to strike a piece of wire or something, it may put a significant dent in the blade. The other issue is this. When you're using a 410C knife and the blade gets dull, it gets dull quicker than something with, say, 1095 on it. Why would a knife manufacturer do that? Because just the same as this gets dull quickly, it also sharpens quicker. This takes a while to get dull, but when it does, it's a lot harder to sharpen. This is a very logical choice for this tool, which is a seatbelt cutter, because you're not going to see Joe taking this apart to sharpen that little blade in there. And the chances that he's ever going to go through that many seat belts while he's downrange, or really what we use it for is cutting parachute cord as well, are pretty slim to none. However, we do want this to stay sharp as long as possible. Most of these, when Joe gets home, they go into the pouch and they get thrown in the bottom of the foot locker, and we probably never even think of them again until we're digging around and getting ready to ETS or move. So that's essentially the difference between these steels. Very simple. 410C gets dull quicker but sharpens quicker. 1095C stays sharp longer but takes longer to sharpen. Folks, this has been the Maineprepper with a real quick down and dirty look at the difference between those 410, 420, 440, and 1095C numbers that you see on your knives. Thank you for tuning in. Swing by my channel, the Maineprepper. Goodbye.